Hello everyone, very good evening. This is Karthik from Raj Cloud Technologies. Thank you all for joining session today. First of all, I welcome you all to our Data Analyst Power BI session number 1 and batch number 9. Thank you all for joining session today. So before starting the class, I just want to give you some intro about the training and the training institute. Then I'll hand over the session to our trainer Ambarishan Garu. From there, we'll continue. Let me start with our YouTube channel. Yeah, so for Raj Cloud Technologies, we have a separate YouTube channel for us. This is Raj Informatica real-time hands-on job-based trainings. This is our YouTube channel name, and we have almost 36,100 subscribers here, and we have uploaded more than 490 plus videos here. Yeah, sorry for the disturbance. Yeah, so we have uploaded more than 490 plus videos here. You can just check it out. So if you just go to the video section, you can find out many videos related to Azure, Generative AI, Informatica Cloud, Snowflake, Power BI, Azure Data Engineering, okay, and on many other cloud technologies and many other software technologies. You can find out many videos here. Okay, so which is useful for your interview preparation, introduction classes, and many videos are available in our YouTube channel. So just visit the channel once. If you like our content, if you like our videos, like them, comment them, and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Subscribe to our channel for more videos. I have just shared the channel link. Shared the channel link via Zoom chat. Please use this link and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we have Instagram page as well. Okay, Raj Informatica. So this is our Instagram page, and we have 3,000 plus followers here. So you can visit our Instagram page and you can find out many job opportunities which is available for us. See, we will be posting all our job openings, any referrals. Okay, so any other openings, so whichever shared by our previous batch students. So each and every referral and everything we will be posting here over our Instagram stories. You can find out here there is a separate highlights as well, job openings. You can see here in our stories we have posted many job openings here. Okay, you can just visit once and you can apply for all these openings as well. Okay, yes. So I'm sharing the channel link as well. Sorry, YouTube channel link I have already posted, and I'm sharing you the Instagram profile link as well. You can follow our Instagram page by searching as Raj Informatica, or else you can use the link as well. I have just posted the link via Zoom chat. So we have an official website too. This is our website, rajinformatica.com, and this is our home page. If you can just scroll down a bit, you can see whatever the trainings that we are offering from Raj Cloud Technologies. We are offering generative AI, Informatica data quality and cloud data quality, AWS data engineering, Azure data engineering and Databricks, Snowflake in the combination of DBT and ADF, Informatica Power Center, Informatica Cloud IICS IDMC, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, Cyber Security with Ethical Hacking, Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst Program, GCP Professional Certification Training, SAP S4 HANA and FICO, Python for Full Stack and Data Science Training, Python for AI and ChatGPT, Salesforce and AWS and DevOps. These are the courses that we are offering from Raj Cloud Technologies. Okay, if you just scroll up, you can find out there are upcoming free live session section. Okay, in this section we are going to provide all our free live classes. Whatever the free live classes given by Raj Cloud Technologies, you can find out the links here. Okay, even you can see today's session link as well. Microsoft Power BI 9th October at 8 p.m. Okay, and tomorrow we have Gen AI 10th October at 9:30 a.m. So, and like Snowflake, we have tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Okay. So this is how we have scheduled all our upcoming free live sessions as well. If you want to attend any of these free live sessions, you can just click on join now here. You can just click on join now here, and it will ask you the basic information like your name, mail ID, and your mobile number. You can just submit the details and you can get the link to your mail ID. I hope like many people have joined today's class in the same way. Today's class in the same way. One second. Yeah. So this is how you can just like fill the details and you can get the Zoom link as well. Got it? Yes. So if you just scroll up, apart from these courses, like you can see many of the interview questions available for free of cost, many materials available. We offer the internship programs as well from our end for freshers, people who passed out in the year 2025, and the people who is going to pass out in the year 2026. For these people, we offer the internship programs as well. Okay. This is completely about Raj Cloud Technologies. And if you want to know more about your course, that is the Data Analyst Power BI program, then just go to the courses section here. Just go to the courses section here and you can find out Power BI trainings. You can find out Power BI trainings. Just click on Power BI training. Just click on Power BI training. Okay, you can find out the complete information about the Power BI program here. Okay, so this is the complete information about the Power BI program available in this page. Okay, so we provide all these technologies are covering here in this course. We are covering the Power BI desktop like Power BI query editor, DAX, Power BI services. Okay, all these things we are covering in this Power BI training, and this is the course unique features. These are the course unique features, and like what are the job opportunities available for this particular training. After completion of this training, like what are the like job roles that you can apply for, and what are upcoming in-demand job roles. Okay, so all these things you can just find out here, and you can find out your course curriculum as well, and what and all you're going to learn in this particular program. At the end of the program, like what and all you are ready to do. Okay, and about the course price, the actual course price is 19,999, but the fee from Raj Cloud Technologies we are offering is 14,999. And there is some special offer available today. At the end of the session, we are going to reveal the special price as well. Just to stay connected so that like you are going to get this like a special price as well. And the group discounts are also available. If you people are joining in the group wise, you can get the extra discount as well. Okay, and this is the profile about your trainer. So all these things you can get it here in this page. Okay, so I'll just give you the basic information about the program now. That is, this course duration is like 35 to 45 days, daily 1.5 hour, weekly 5 days. Okay, weekly 5 days, Saturday and Sunday is holiday. And we have two batches going on, morning and evening. Okay, the morning batch timings are 8 a.m. IST, 8 a.m. IST to 9:30 a.m. IST as the morning batch timings. Okay, and the evening batch timings are 9:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. Okay, 9:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. is the evening batch. These two are the batches we have right now going on. Got it? So to get the special price and everything, just stay connected till end of the session so that like you can get the complete information about the program as well. Let me share you the notepad 1 second. Hope you can see my screen and notepad as well, right? Okay, so just share me your name and WhatsApp number, over chat, so that we will be adding you to the. Please drop your name and WhatsApp number in the Zoom chat so that we can share you the today's session recording as well, and we will be adding you to the Data Analyst Power BI real-time project WhatsApp group as well. Okay, these two things you will be getting here. So please drop your name and WhatsApp number via chat so that like you can get the WhatsApp group link and the today's session recording as well. Both the things you will be getting actually. Okay, so let me start the timer. Let us take a sharp 2 minutes break. Let us take a sharp 2 minutes break. Okay, and keep posting your name and WhatsApp number to get the WhatsApp group link. and today's session recording. Both you will be getting. Okay. So keep posting your name and WhatsApp number via chat, Zoom chat, so that like we can start the session as early as possible. Right after this, we will move to the complete technical content. Okay. We have done with the demo session and the introduction class already. Okay. Today is the first session. Today is the first session. So don't worry about it. If you haven't joined the previous classes, no need to worry about that. We are going to cover the introduction part as well. No need to worry about that. Okay. Yes. And you are going to get the unmute access as well. I hope like you have the unmute access already. So you can feel free to stop the trainer anytime if you have any doubts. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can feel free to stop the trainer and you can ask your doubts. Got it? Or else you can post your queries in the chat as well. Both is available. Okay, both are available. Okay, so yeah, there is another 1 minute left. So if you haven't posted your name and WhatsApp number, keep posting your name and WhatsApp number. We will be adding you to the WhatsApp group, and you'll get the today session recording as well. I can see many of the people who enrolled already to the course. Okay, I hope like you are already there in the group. If not added, please post your name and mobile number as well. So 100% like we will be adding all the numbers whoever enrolled. So if anyone missed, unfortunately, if anyone missed, keep posting your name and WhatsApp number as well. If you are from a different country, please post your number with country code. I can see many people joined from US, UK, and Netherlands too. So please post your number with country code so that it will be easy for us to communicate with you and to share to add you in the WhatsApp group as well. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, the timer completed. So I hope still people are posting the name and WhatsApp number. The chat will be open. The chat will be open to you. You can keep posting anytime, not a problem. Okay. Yeah. So just to stay connected, you're going to get a new offer as well today. So just to stay connected till end of the session. You're going to get the best price of this course, and you're going to know about how to apply for the job opportunities. And we have a separate platform. We are creating a new platform for these job openings as well. So just to stay connected to know more about the complete information on this. Okay. Yeah. Amrishan garu, over to you, please.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Karthik. All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the session. Let me go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started. Okay, just let me know when you can see my screen. Sharing it already. Okay, just say yes in the chat box if you're able to see my screen and can hear me clearly. Can I get a confirmation on the chat, please? Let me know. Karthik, you can see my screen? Yeah.
Yes, Amber, I can see your screen.
Okay. All right, good. Thank you. Okay, so let's get started. I'll just go ahead and get started with my introduction, quick introduction here. My name is Ambarishan. You can call me Amber. And I have over 15 years of experience working in the IT industry. Um, I have over 8+ years of experience teaching people across the globe on various technologies. I specialize in data visualization tools and I do trainings mostly around the data visualization tools. And you can see it in my profile here. I just go with Power BI, Tableau, ClickView, ClickSense. These are the 4 top tools out there in the market right now for data visualization. So that's my specialty here. So let's go ahead and learn Power BI today. This is going to be batch 9, session 1. So we'll get started with our first session. Let's go ahead and deep dive into the basics today. And I'll start working on the tool from tomorrow, but I'll give you all the instruction about how to get started, how to install this tool. We're going to talk more about it. So this is the first session. and I want your patience because we are going to learn one of the important concepts today, and we'll apply that on the rest of the Power BI training. Okay, so this is going to be the foundation, and we're going to build on top of it. So just hold on, and I'll show you how this works. Okay. I want this to be a very interactive session, so I would really appreciate if you can ping me, some simple yes or no question is what is going to be coming up. So just let me know if you have any questions, just do stop me and I'll give you the time. I'll pause and ask you questions or not. So let's go ahead and go through that way. But I would really appreciate if you can just, yeah, ping me on the WhatsApp, sorry, the chat here, and then we'll go with that. Okay, someone says screen is not visible. All right, I'm just going to do this one more time. I'm going to stop my screen share and I'll start it again. Give me 1 minute. And I'm just going to see if there is anything else I can just kind of clean up because my system is a bit slow. Just hold on, guys. I'll just share my screen one more time. Give me 1 minute. Okay, I'm sharing my screen now. All right, give me 1 second. Let me see. Okay, sharing it right away and let me know if you can see my screen now. All right. Yeah. Okay, so if you have any complaints, do let me know. I think I can see my screen being shared. Yes, so that's good. Let's go ahead and move on. So I'm going to start off with a very first question. Okay. And this is going to be some of the basics that we will go ahead and learn, some of the foundational aspects of working with the tool. So let me go to a website called as makemytrip.com. Yes. Let's see. I hope you have booked some tickets. I hope you have gone ahead and, you know, worked on some tickets booking, hotel bookings, maybe, or if you have used the IRCTC website, which is one of the famous websites in India here. So I hope you have done that and you have booked some flights or tickets. So yeah, I'm just going to go through this here, but we want to understand something very important and we will take it forward that way. So let's see how this goes. Okay. All right, so I'll go with a flight booking here. And what I'll do is I'll just choose a source and destination. We'll go and do some dates of departure and return. And we'll see how we can apply the filters and then go forward with that. Okay. Yeah, let's say I want to go from, yes, okay, Delhi to Bengaluru. Okay. And we'll just depart from somewhere like next week. And then we'll come back on, let's see, some other day. Otherwise, this is all fine. So we want to just go back and just I'm going to max these filters up so that, the tool will have the, tough time to go and find the tickets for me or the flights for me. So let's just go and max these different details out. Let's see. I'm just going to do that. And let's just go ahead and take this to the next week. And that's my filter settings. Okay. So these are my filters and I'm just going to go with this. This is what it is. And what we will do is we will go ahead and hit search. I'll just pause my screen here and then we will go through some important details. We'll discuss a few things here and then we'll understand how it's really working, right? So let's see. I'll just kind of do this. Give me 1 minute. Let me see. Okay, I'm just going to hit search here. And just let's see if I can pause my screen. Otherwise, yeah, this is okay. So let's have a look. Just give me 1 minute. All right, there is some issue with the, not the network, but I think this is the website. I have had this problems before. Let me just do one more thing. Give me 1 minute, guys. Let me just go to another website. Easemytrip.com. Okay. The idea here is to understand, what goes on behind the scenes. So let me just go ahead and do this search criteria very quickly, and then we'll just look at this here. Just give me 1 second, please. Don't mind. Okay, it's a similar website. You should have been into different websites, but this is our website here, easemytrip.com. And what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and kind of, do the same thing here. So let's just do anything like, let's just do Delhi to Mumbai, something like that. And then we'll just go ahead and add a departure date and a return date. And what we will do is we'll just max these filters out. I think I cannot go, kind of max them out too much, but let's just try this. So I'm just going to go click on that. And let's just do totally 5 people. So I'm just going to go add something like that. So it says infant card travel with more than one adult. So yeah, let's see. I'm not sure how that works, but let's go ahead and do this. Search. Okay. Now, when I search this and when I get the results, what do you think is really happening? Yeah. So it's working behind the scenes. I just want the answer on the chat or just come off of mute and talk to me. What do you think is really happening? It's loading, it's trying to do something. So what's really going on? Can someone give me an idea about that? What is this website really doing behind the scenes? That's the question and the answer that I want to know. Anyone? What's happening here? Let me know. Fetching the results as per criteria. Yes. From where? That's my question. From where is it trying to fetch the results? Getting the
Database.
details, data store, database. Very good. So it's doing this from the database. Yes. So it is trying to fetch the results from the database. Okay. And that's what we are trying to go ahead and understand. So this is pretty simple, pretty easy. And what happens here is it's trying to fetch all of those results and it's all in front of you, right? So this is all happening this way. Very good. So we'll take that idea and I'm going to just use the same idea or the concept to make you aware, make you understand how we were working with a reporting tool in the past. Okay. So yeah, just give me 1 minute. I'm just going to open up a slide here and we'll just go with this. So how were the reporting tools Power BI that we are learning is one of the modern ways of working. But how were the traditional tools, the old tools were working? We want to just go ahead and understand that part. So let me just bring up a few slides. We'll have some discussions and we'll understand how this is to be kind of taken forward. Okay, so just let me just do this. Give me a minute. I'm opening up a slide here. Database server, database. Yes, very good. So it's trying to fetch the data from the database and that's how it is all set, right? Good. All right, here is a slide coming up. Let's see. So I'm going to talk about the traditional ways of working. All right. So let me just do that here. Give me 1 minute. And when I say traditional ways of working, let's say we are going back like 10, 15 years. All right. And we are trying to see how those tools were working initially in the past. And we'll see how that is all done. Okay, good. Now, let's assume that this is one of the reporting tools and it's pretty much similar to what we have done so far, right? So it has that filters, drop downs and everything, and that's what it is doing. So just give me 1 second, guys. I think I have some issues with my keyboard here. Okay, so it has this drop down, it has this, filters that we have to go ahead and provide. And once we provide all of this, it generates a simple report for you. Okay. I'm talking about something that is like an old tool, a traditional tool. And that's how this tool looks like, right? So this is an old age, stone age kind of a tool. And this is what we have here, which is going to be the way you go out and work with your reporting tool. Okay. So yeah, just keep this in mind. We'll see how this Power BI and the modern tools work. We are going to understand all of that, but we are just trying to understand the concept behind it. Okay. So here is the real idea. So just like how we talked about the website and website being kind of going back to the database, talking to the database, and coming back with the results, have a look. So we have a server. This is called as an on-prem server. Cloud technologies are the talks of the recent past. Yes, 10, 20 years ago, we did not have cloud environments. This is just recent trend, and it just kind of picked up, like I would say last 7, 8 years ago, and then it started just kind of booming. So we had an on-premises server most of the time. This is how I'm just kind of representing it. And then we have our traditional reporting tool. All right. Now, here's where what we want to understand. Okay, have a look. So let's say you go ahead and have those different, inputs given. So we have those, kind of sorry for that. I think there is a bit of a delay. Just observe and understand. So let's say we go ahead and provide those drop downs and other filters and all of that. And then what happens? We will take that input and we'll go back to our database. Yes or no? So we'll just go back to our database. Oops, I think there is a bit of a delay and it's just kind of annoying here. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry for this. This doesn't really happen most of the time. I think, okay, we'll just go do this way. Give me 1 second. All right, so let's say there is this inputs given, and then the traditional reporting tool goes and talks back to the database, and the query that gets framed gets executed here, right? So this is what is going on. Now, let's say, for example, for some reason, this query that you're executing is coming from or kind of being queried on an Amazon database. Okay. Imagine Amazon's database. How many transactions are happening in a particular day? What do you think? Millions and millions of transactions. Okay. You can assume a number, just do some rough math and calculations here. Okay. Just take a simple number, 10 million maybe. And then what happens is you want to go ahead and multiply that with 30. That's going to be a month's transaction, the total volume for a month together. Now let's do 1 year worth of transaction count. So you just multiply that number with 365. That's going to be again the entire year's you know number of transactions. Just a rough estimate, and you do the math again for the last 7 years. Okay. So let's say, for example, your manager or your boss is just looking for last 7 years worth of um, profit trend. Okay, so I'm just going to draw something here. Just observe, and we want to have something like the last 7 years, profit trend, something like that. Okay, so this is last 7 years of Amazon's data set. Now my question is, if you were to go ahead and query the database for the last 7 years, let's say you want to bring in last 7 years worth of data. If you're just bringing in that last 7 years worth of data, do you really think you'll get the results back in a few seconds? Yes or no? What do you think? I'm trying to query a database, which is like the Amazon's database. And do you think the results will be obtained in a fraction of a second? No, it's not going to be the case. Yeah, we're talking about reporting environment here. The query that gets sent from a website is going to be very precise. Okay, it's laser targeted to go and fetch the information that you want. But when you want a report to be built for last 7 years, it's not going to be coming back in few seconds. Okay, the last 7 years worth of data will go and get executed forever and ever and ever, and probably you'll have to wait for so long that it will be rendered after a long time. Okay, so usually these systems are very slow. That's what I'm trying to tell you. All right. And this is one of the drawbacks that we had, and we will not be able to go and work with this kind of slow setup. So we had to go and do something. And that's where these modern BI tools come into play. And when these tools kind of, revolutionized the way we go and get to the data, things started changing. And that's what we will learn today. Let's just go and understand this. So once you obtain the data, let's say, for example, that data is being sent back to your reporting tool. And this is where you'll get those charts, graphs, and visuals. That's all there. Okay, good. So what are we trying to go and get from this detail? It's a very simple setup, very simple diagram. And we wanted to just understand the disadvantages because we'll go further. We'll go and understand the modern ways of working. That's where we'll go and talk about Power BI. And when I talk about Power BI, what happens is these disadvantages get converted into advantages here. Okay, let me just tell you what this is. So this is disadvantages for us. One of them is the delays during reporting. I told you waiting time and the number of the amount of information that you want to query, it's going to be coming back in a lot of delayed fashion, and that's going to be the way you want to go and do this. Okay, so there is going to be a delays during reporting, and that's not something that we are comfortable with. Your users may not like all of this, and that's one of the things that you just want to go and look for. Okay, good. And then what happens is all of these tools are difficult to work with. Okay, these tools are not easy to work with. These tools are very difficult to work with, so we need a dedicated developer to work on these different aspects, and that's how things work. All right, so we want to go and make sure that there is no dependency on a developer. We are not dependent on those developers, and we can go and do all of this ourselves. So we will see how that works, and that's where the modern BI comes in, and we'll talk more about it in a minute. Okay, so this is what we have. So we have some issues with, getting to the data. Waiting time is higher, and, kind of querying the data for a huge amount of information is going to be very, very difficult. Okay, so that's how I want you to look at it. And this is very, very important for you to understand. So let's see how the modern BI tools have kind of revolutionized this game. And we want to understand how this is all working. Okay. All right, let me just go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and just give me 1 second. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the modern ways of working. All right, what is this? Modern ways of working. All right, let's go ahead and do that. So again, we have the same old on-prem server. Let's assume that. Okay, we have the on-prem server. Okay. Okay, what is that? Can I know how predominant form loses? I'm not understanding that question. Can you just rephrase that for me? I'm not fully understanding that question. Yeah. Yeah, just let me know what is that and I'll give you the answer. Okay, so we are talking about the modern BI tools here. And what we have is, let's say we have Power BI Desktop. Now, this is how things work in Power BI Desktop. Okay, let's go and understand how things work in Power BI Desktop. So instead of going back to the report, back to the database and, kind of fetching the information, what happens here is Power BI is not going to go back and forth and kind of get to the data. So the way things work here is, let's say you want 7 years worth of data, right? That's what we are trying to go and understand or get. So we want 7 years worth of data. So if we want 7 years worth of data, we will pull, and the tool is going to pull that 7 years worth of data into itself. Okay, so the tool is going to extract that information, and it will not be able to store it within itself because it's not a database, right? So what it does is it goes and, kind of puts that in the local memory. Now, this is what is important. So it goes and puts that in the local memory. So, and that is going to be your, random access memory. All right. Now, the way this goes and puts this details here is by doing some compression. So it's going to be compressing the files and it will be just storing that in the random access memory. What is the random access memory here? What is random access memory? That's one of the temporary memories you have. That's one of the quickest way of storing and retrieving the data. Yes, you have a lot of temporary files getting created when you go and work on a lot of applications. For example, Chrome browser creates a lot of, backend temporary files. Whatever application that are heavy, it's going to use that temporary memory to go and put something in there, do some calculation, manipulation, and then, give you all those results. So the RAM, the random access memory, is going to be one of the, quickest ways of storing and retrieving the data. So what these tools are doing today is, instead of just going back to the database, talking to the database and coming back with the results, These tools are actually pulling that information from this particular, database, and it is putting that in the random access memory. So it will create compressed versions of the file, and that is what is being stored inside this environment, and that will be used by Power BI to do this analysis. Okay. So since it is using this, memory to go and give you all of this, what we call this is, we call this as in-memory tools. Okay. So these are called as in-memory tools. Okay, just writing that roughly. So that's how this is all set. So these are called as in-memory tools because it uses the memory, and that's how you want to go and look at it. Okay, so just remember this. We'll talk more about this as we progress. Plus, I'll go and bring this up here and there so that you'll have to kind of understand how Power BI really works, and what are the problems and challenges that we will encounter while doing this in Power BI. So this is how a modern BI tool works. So let me just go ahead and show you this in the graphical representation here. So like I said, we will be pulling the data into the tool itself, and whatever amount of data that you want to bring in, it's going to be pulled in, and it will create compressed versions of the file. Yes, that's how it is going to work. And the compressed versions of the file are going to be stored in random access memory. That's the key point here. So this is how things are going to work. All right. Good. So once this information is all being brought in, and created as a compressed versions of the file, this connection to the file will be cut off, and we will only have this information going on forward. So the Power BI desktop will only connect to your compressed versions of the file and read and write that information from there, and that's how it's going to be. Yes. So the connection will be cut off, and it will only talk to the compressed versions of the file, and that's how things are going to be. Okay. Good. So just remember this, and I'll go ahead and give you some examples here, and so that you can understand how this works, because this is the foundation of this tool. If you understand this, you'll not be going wrong with this particular detail. But if you don't understand this, it's going to be very difficult for us to go ahead and work on these information. Okay, let me see what's there in the chat, and I'll take up those questions. So different types of analysis on reports, prediction of losses in progress, PySpark will do the same. Okay, we can do this. See, I don't want you to think from from different perspectives. So what we will do with this tool is, it's a data visualization tool. The first thing that we want to understand is it cannot go and load or work with so much of data. We can do some analysis in the sense we can bring out insights. This is not a tool with which you can go do some prediction or forecasting and all of that. We are not working on a machine learning algorithm or anything of that sort. We do have something. I mean, I would say 1 or 2% of that work can be done here, but this tool is built mostly for data visualization. Okay, I'm going to show you and share in my next slide. We'll talk about something called as BI, Power BI, modern BI. I'm talking about BI here. What is BI really? And we want to understand that part. So I'll just go and show you the um, next slides where you go and understand what is BI and how this tool really fits in. So we'll understand that part. But this is more of a data visualization tool. You bring out the insights from the data. It is going to tell what is there in the data. Okay. So we are going to be analyzing the data. We are not going to work like data scientists who go and predict why is this happening. We are not going to go talk about the why part of it. We're going to talk about the what part of it, because that's what the tool is going to give you. So I want you to understand from that perspective. As you progress and as you learn this tool, you'll understand what this tool is all about. But that's how this is going to be. What are the languages you're going to use in this? See, that's what I said. We are not talking about languages. We are not talking about the algorithms or anything of that sort. It's a tool. It's a graphical user interface kind of a tool. Okay, so that's how it is. We don't want you to I don't want you to think of this too much, and this is not some data science kind of stuff. The data scientists use this tool just to visualize it, and that's all that it does. We'll use some you know let's say, for example, some data sources from Excel, CSV, cloud system, websites, databases. We'll connect to a lot of different databases and data sets. I'll go ahead and show you all of that. But it's a visualization tool. It's a graphical user interface driven visualization tool. We are not going to write any line of code or do anything of that sort. Okay. Yeah. So that's how it is. Okay, Power Apps also can we integrate in this? We can do it, but it's not part of this particular course. It's not something that I cover. So in this course, so yeah, we'll have to just go and check that out later. But this tool has the capability of integrating it. Tableau will be able to handle more volume of data. It can handle it. I mean, both of these tools are going to be pretty much similar. They work on that, the in-memory concept. But Tableau, I've seen Tableau has been there out for a long, long time. It is not able to go and get those details out. So I would say, um, you know, kind of, it's not up to the mark. Power BI can do better job there, and that's how I want you to look at it. Okay. Yeah. So anything else, guys? Any other questions? All right, so let's move forward. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and, kind of like I said, this connection is going to be cut off and then we will work only with this particular details here. Okay. Yeah, so once you're done with all of this, you would be publishing that to a cloud server. We'll go and work on that cloud server as well. That's part of this particular course. I'll show you how to set up that cloud server. It's called as Power BI service, and you'll be able to go and get to that. Okay. So yeah, just wanted to ask whether the course will be beginner friendly or not. It's going to be one of the simplest and the easiest tools that you'll learn. Now, what we will do is we'll learn from a developer's perspective. So if you are on a manager level and on those top level executives levels, you may not be doing so many things with Power BI, but as a developer, if you're getting into those roles, you will have a lot of things to do. So we'll work on those different details, and from that perspective we'll learn that. That's how it is going to be. Yeah, this is, you can learn it. If you're not from an IT background, that's fine. It will be easy for you to learn, and it will definitely help you. Yes, a lot of people that I've known, my students are from mechanical department, they are from electrical department, they have not even touched computers, for doing something like this. They go and build those reports. After the training, they are able to go and do and demonstrate a lot of different details. So that's how I want you to look at. So it's going to be a simple tool. It's not that complex. It's easier than Excel. That's what I keep saying. And you can try to explore it. So just attend these sessions. This is our first session. We'll have some more sessions that is out there for public for free. So we'll be giving out those different details. Just kind of attend those other sessions. You'll understand how easy it is to go and work with Power BI. Okay, that's the whole point here, and you'll be able to pick it up. So don't worry if you're from a IT background or not. Anyone without any knowledge can learn this particular tool. It's a very simple tool. It's a drag and drop report builder. So let's see how that works. Okay. Yeah. All right. So this is what I have. Now let's talk about the advantages here. What is the advantage? Since the data is lying locally in this particular, machine, the RAM, the laptop that you're using, the data is accessible. The reading and writing of data becomes much easier. So that's how I want you to look at it. So this is our tool. The data is lying in the local RAM, and getting to that data becomes easier. And remember, the file was created by Power BI. Power BI takes this input and Power BI creates this file. So it knows how to read and write that information much faster. And that's the whole point of it. Okay, so this is what I want you to understand. This is the in-memory concept that I'm talking about. And this becomes one of the important things that we'll have to consider every single time we work with a tool. Okay. I haven't explained one simple scenario here. I'll just get to that in a while. But let's just finish this advantages section and then we'll just move forward. Okay, have a look. So the second point that I have here is these tools are called as self-service BI tools. What's self-servicing? You walk into a restaurant, it's a self-service restaurant, and what happens here is, you know, uh, we go and collect the bill or some tokens, and then we'll go and pass it over to the person in the food counter, and he's going to prepare the food. We're going to take it, sit in a particular table and have it, right? So that's self-servicing from a restaurant's perspective. But from a reporting perspective, it's going to be more of you connecting to the data. Let's say your top level executive, let's say CEO of the Amazon's website, Jeff Bezos, is going to connect to his data set, and he's going to go drag and drop and build his own report. How cool that would be. Yes. So we will have, and like I said, just answering that question, you don't have to have any knowledge, no statistical information, no complex querying, no complex details. You can start working with this tool in no time. I can just tell Jeff Bezos, okay, this is how you connect to a data set. You go and load the data and you work with that data. That's what you do. And that's how it's going to be. Okay. So it's going to be pretty easy, pretty simple. And you go and work with all of this that way. All right. Good. So that's our advantages here. We have a lot of advantages. Let's talk about one big disadvantage. I told you and I showed you that, hey, this data is being brought into this compressed version of the file, and this is being stored in the random access memory. So there should be some kind of a disadvantage here. Yes, let's go and talk about that, and let's see how that goes. Okay, I'm just going to go a few steps back. Let's go and discuss this part here, and we'll move forward. All right, now I told you this is going to be stored in RAM. Now, how much RAM do you have? How much RAM or the memory, the temporary memory, do you have in your machine? You may have 2 GB RAM, 4 GB RAM. These are all old, outdated laptops. We don't buy that. Okay, 8 GB RAM, 16 GB RAM, or you can go up to 32 GB RAM, and you can increase it if you just want to spend something on the hardwares. You can go and get that anytime and as much you want. But let's say you have like about 8 GB RAM of a laptop, and let's just go and understand how this works. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, let's assume that we have something like an 8 GB RAM laptop, 8 GB RAM. Okay. And that's the memory that you have. Let's assume this. Okay. Now let's suppose there is this 10 GB of information coming in. All right. We are going to load 10 GB of information. And I already talked about the files being compressed versions of the file. So if you want to go and take that 10 GB, that data is going to be compressed. Yes. Let's assume a compression ratio of 10 is to 1. All right. Let's assume the compression ratio of 10 is to 1. Now we take that information and we kind of go take that through Power BI that has a compression ratio of 10 is to 1. So what happens to your 10 GB? The 10 GB becomes 1 GB of information. Yes, 10 is to 1 ratio. That's our 1 GB of data. Can 1 GB of data be stored in 8 GB RAM? Yes, everyone agrees. Yeah, we can store this information in 8 GB RAM. Fine, good. Now look at what happens when you go and load, let's say 100 GB of information. I'm bringing in 100 GB of information. And by the way, these are just assumptions. The tool has great capability, great compression ratio. So I don't want you to go and judge this by the numbers that I'm giving you. Okay. So it's going to have a much better compression ratio. Now let's understand, if you're taking this 100 GB of information and it's the same compression ratio, that's an assumed compression ratio. So what happens? 10 is to 1 ratio. So this comes out to be 10 GB of RAM. Now, can you go and store 10 GB of RAM in 8 GB, 10 GB of information in 8 GB RAM? Yes or no? The answer is a big no. Are you getting my point? Yes. So what is the advantage here? The advantage is the data is being, kind of kept in the local memory, and Power BI is able to go and read and write that information very quickly. That's one of the advantages. But what is the disadvantage here? The disadvantage is if you bring in the data that is beyond the compression limit, and if you have so much of data bringing in or coming in, you won't be able to go and store that information in your 8 GB RAM or the memory. Yeah. That's why what happens is whenever people start off with Power BI, and that's the reason I'm sharing this as the first point in our discussion here, people just tend to go and load like last 5, 6, 10 years of data for any given, data set. That is not going to help them. If you are dumping and choking the memory, if you're just kind of filling up all of this memory with just data, how would you go and work? You have a lot of analysis to do. You have a lot of visualizations to create. You want to, manipulate your data. You want to go and get those details out and then showcase that to your user. If you are just stuck and if you can't load the data, what would you do? Okay. So my ask here is not to go and load, let's say, 7 years worth of data for Power BI. We don't want to do all of this. Okay, we don't want to do that. Can we start with like just 1 year's worth of data, or maybe 6 months, 1 month? Just build a simple report, and once you go and publish this, like I said, to the cloud-based environment, the cloud-based environment, the server will have all the capabilities for you to go and expand and analyze your data with larger volumes of data, right? So you can do that there. Our machines, our desktop versions are not built for heavy loads. Okay. You can have some good, nice laptops. You can go with Apple's, whatever configuration. By the way, doesn't work on Apple. Power BI is not meant for Apple laptops, Mac OS, and all of that. It is only for Windows operating system. So you have to stick with Windows now. With Windows, what can you get? You'll have to go with some nice, good configuration. And yes, let's say you are working for a company where they are ready to invest and give you a good, nice laptop, at least a 16 GB laptop or maybe a 32 GB laptop. If you can go with that, that's what we will go and have. Okay, that's going to give you all the speed and the way you go and work with the data, but otherwise it's going to be very difficult. Okay, and again, these numbers are just rough estimates. Don't just blindly consider them as the facts. We can load huge amount of data, but the concept here is it is a compressed file. And what is the limit that you have in your 8 GB or 16 GB RAM laptop? And based on that, it just goes and works. Okay, that's how I want you to look at it. That's one. Now remember, this 8 GB RAM is also not available to you fully. Yes, when you start your system, there is this operating system occupying, and kind of let's say half of the GB is all gone, 0.5 GB is all gone there. You have a lot of other applications. You'll not be only working with Power BI. You'll have a lot of folders open, you'll have a lot of files open, you'll have Excel files, PowerPoint presentation, blah blah blah. So those files will go and do all of that. This is how we want to go do this. Yeah. Are you able to automate this reporting? Yes, we can do it. Not here in desktop. We'll have to publish that to the server and we'll be able to automate those reports. Okay. We will be able to schedule our refreshes. That's something that we will cover at the end of this course. That's all coming up. When I start publishing my report, I'll tell you how to go and schedule your refreshes. So that will enable a job that will run on a scheduled fashion. Let's say 12 a.m. in the midnight. Yes, so we want to do all of that, and that will run every day to go and update your data. So we can do all of that. We can increase the number of frequencies of this load, and all of that can be done. So the automation comes in after you have published the data set and the report. It's not in our local environment. You can manually refresh your data set whenever you want it, but the automation comes in the server side of it. Okay. Good. Yeah, I hope you're clear with this. Let's go forward with that. Any questions here, anyone? Okay. Now, let me just give you this idea. Okay. What are we learning today? How is this tool set up, and where is this tool? Okay. I mean, this tool is one of the leaders in the market right now. Okay. I'm showing you the data as of May. I think we have some recent updates as well, but nothing has changed much. Look at it. It's falling under a leaders quadrant, and this is our tool, Microsoft's Power BI tool. Microsoft's Power BI is a 10-year-old tool. I can say that. I have worked from 2014 onwards, 2015 onwards here on this tool. Tableau has been there for more than 20 years. Okay, this has been there for more than 20 years, 2 decades almost. but Tableau is behind Power BI. So Microsoft was able to go ahead and kind of pick up, and they were somewhere there, and they were able to go ahead and kind of be in the leaders position, and that happened within just 10 years. I wouldn't even say 10 years. Just go back to 2017. I told you this was like um, this was like a new entrant for this BI tool kind of a setup. And Power BI was just launched in 2015. And within 2 years, 2017 onwards, we had this Microsoft being the leader in the market right now. Okay. So it just happened 2017 in 2017. And that point onwards, Microsoft is leading this particular game. And that's how it is. We'll talk more about some features and functionalities that Microsoft Power BI has incorporated, implemented, and that has been there for a long, long time, which Tableau is not able to do. They're not able to come up with their details. Okay. There is something called as an ETL that goes on. For an ETL, Tableau couldn't really integrate all of that within their product. They have to create a separate tool. Okay. So there are a lot of drawbacks like that, and that is pushing Tableau down below. But it is a great tool, great visualization tool. These are the top contenders in the market right now, and they are the leaders in the market. But still, Tableau is kind of pushed below because Microsoft has its edge over everything. Okay, that's how this is. Uh, See, this is why I said don't take those 100 GB and other things literally. Okay, I'm just reading a question here. I told you it's just a number. Okay, and it can be 100 GB, 1 TB also. That can also be there, but the problem is what amount of data are you bringing in and how are you loading that into Power BI. You don't have to work with, see, I'll give you this. Okay, uh, if you want to judge a pot of rice, yes, if you're cooking a pot of rice, if you want to judge a pot of rice, what would you do? Are you going to pick every single grain and then kind of go through all of that? No, you'll just pick one or two grains. You'll understand whether that is cooked or not. And that's what we are trying to do and understand here. So what I'm saying here is you may be connecting to a database. You may be connecting to a data warehouse. We'll see something coming up in the next slide. It will have huge amount of data. You don't have to really go and do all of that. Yes, you don't have to push all that information into Power BI and then load it and work with that. You have to see, and there is no real number here. I'm not going to be able to give you any number. Okay, let's just go back a few slide, just one slide. Okay, so you can't just go ahead and expect I mean 100 GB is not even a big deal here. 100 GB is something that can work and you can load the data for sure. But what I'm saying is, if the compression ratio is like this, let's assume a compression ratio of 10 is to 1, and if you have just 8 GB of RAM here, the amount of data that comes up is going to be 10 GB, and 10 GB cannot be stored into 8 GB RAM. It's just an assumption that I went with. Okay, it's not a real one, and that's why I said, I kept repeating, please don't assume this and kind of just fix these numbers as facts. It's not like that. You can load so much of data. There is a data engine behind the scene that can compress the data. It will compress 100 GB to, let's say, few MBs. That can do that. So that is a good nice compression ratio. But just for you to understand this, I kind of explained you that. Okay, so yeah, don't take this literally. It's not the numbers that you want to go by. It's not the Bible. Okay, so I want you to just assume and understand what's going on. So there is a limit. You can have 5 columns and there can be millions and millions and trillions of rows that you have. You can't load that. You can have 100 columns, but just a few thousand rows. You can load that into Power BI. So it depends on what kind of data, what amount of data, number of columns, number of rows that you're bringing in. The data is going to be all based on that. So there is no right or wrong answers here, and I won't be able to give you any answer here. So you have to try and test it, see how much fits into certain things, and that's how you want to go do this. Okay, it's just an idea that I want you to have, because this is a concept that we will kind of reiterate here and there. And every single time I talk about a concept in Power BI, it's going to be this that will be coming up. Okay, that's how I want you to understand it. Outliers, how you can minimize. See, there is no other way. We'll have to check the quality of data. We'll have to go and see where that data and details are coming in. And would you be able to go and really use that? And is that really important for you to go and look at all of that? You'll have to consider those different factors. Okay. And only when you put something on the visualization, you're going to look at outliers here, otherwise not. You can report it, you can just kind of exclude it. There are a lot of different ways we can handle it. But again, you're just talking from, I would rather say, a data science perspective. We're not dealing with that. And if you're just trying to kind of think from that perspective, it's not that complicated. It's not that going to be that much. We are not into those different aspects of it. We're going to take the data, we're going to project it in a visual format. And if that is giving out something, that is giving out something. That's it. So we don't have to really analyze and do anything more about it. You will get those suggestions and everything from your clients. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay. So yeah, that's how I want you to look at it. And yeah, just let's go with that. Okay. Now we have been talking about a lot of things right now. We talked about traditional BI. We talked about modern BI. There is BI in it. And yes, BI means business intelligence. That's the full form of BI. Now, my question is, what is business intelligence? Can you define business intelligence? I would appreciate you can come off mute and talk to me. I'm okay with that. You can just, give me the answer. Let me know. I'm also looking at the chat. If you want to type and put it in the chat, I'm fine with that. What is business intelligence? What is the definition of business intelligence? What do you know about it? What do you understand? Just let me know that. What do you think? Anyone? Like I said, we want this to be interactive. That's what I'm trying to go and do. Solutions for business. Okay. What are they going to do with that? It's a solution for business. Okay, fantastic. What are they going to do with that? Prediction of action. Okay, all right, good. What is the outcome? Trend, all right. Others, please participate. Let me know. Decision making, very good term. Yes, fantastic. All right. What else? What else? Yeah, keep going. Risk, okay, they will be able to understand the trend, the risk, okay, fine. And it will help them do what? That's my question. Yes, it's let's say you are just building something for a business, you're giving it to them, it is able to give you the trend and the risk and other factors. What are they able to do based on that? Forecast and planning, increase business, getting insights from the presented data to help in decision making. Very good. That's the complete answer. Thank you. Getting insights from the presented data or the data, just simple data, to help in decision making. That's the complete answer. Very good. That was put up in a very simple fashion. Fantastic. All right. So let me go to the next slide and I'll show you what this really means. What is business intelligence? Okay. Let's just see. Yeah, problem solving, all of that. Very good. But let's talk about something here. See, visualization is one. We want to go and bring that out, but there is a lot more that goes on before visualization. Okay. This can be called as a data visualization tool, but it's not really, too much like that from that perspective. Let's see how this works. So we're talking about data, and what we are talking about here is we're talking about raw data. All right. We're talking about raw data. So you go and get that raw data and you go through a phase called as a visualization phase, and you go and build those visualizations. Someone said, solutions for business, forecasting, planning. You want to showcase this in some format. Okay, you're building a visualization here. Now, what are you going to do with this visualization? Or what are you going to do with this insights? You have converted the raw data into some meaningful insights. So what are you going to do with that? Are you going to keep it for yourself? Are you building this entire solution just to keep it for yourselves? No. You want to go and kind of share this with your users, and that's the next part of it. That's the second half of it. Okay, that's why I said whenever and whoever commented decision making, amazing, that completes the business intelligence definition here. Okay, what are we talking about? We have the raw data. from the raw data, we are going ahead and doing some visualizations here, and we are sharing that information with our business users to do what? To help them make those informed decisions. We just don't call them as decisions, we call them as informed business decisions. Okay? Who is going to look at your data or your insights or your charts, graphs, and reports that you build? Is it going to be an entry level fresher candidate in your organization? Is it going to be him? No. It's going to be, yeah, but the business or maybe the top level executive. I'm going to showcase this to Jeff Bezos. I'll go and connect to Amazon's data set. Jeff Bezos is going to look at all of that. Why? Because he needs to understand how were we last year? How are we performing this year? And what are my, let's say, what are we budgeting? How are we using that budget? Where is the, money getting drained? Let's say, for example, yeah, where is it just kind of getting drained? And we want to understand if there is profit in some areas. We want to increase more businesses there. If there is a region that is not working at all, that is not at all giving me any sales, we want to just kind of get all the investments out of there, and we want to shift that business to someplace else. These are all decisions that they can take based on some information that you can go and give them. Correct? That is very important. So the reports that you're going to build, the dashboards and scorecards and whatnot, whatever you're going to build is all going to be for these top level management, top level executives who are the decision makers in the organization. Okay. They're not going to be just sitting there and ideally looking at your report and doing nothing. No, they are going to make decisions out of those different details. So that's the important details here, and that's how you want to look at it. Okay. So what is business intelligence, by the way? It's the process of transforming the raw data. I told you, it's the process of transforming the raw data into actionable insights through some data analysis, visualizations, and reporting to support informed business decisions. That's very important. We're going to do this, okay? Data analysis, visualizations, reporting. We're going to build all of that. And then that's going to help them in taking that informed business decisions. Very, very important. Okay. So without the second part where you're sharing this information to your users, the definition is not complete. Without that decision making coming into play, and if they are not able to take those informed decisions, then there is no point in building a report. Okay. I cannot just like that collate all this information, put it in a different format. And if it does not make sense, if it is not telling a story to your audience, there is no point in that. Yes. So this is how I want you to see this. Business intelligence is nothing but it's all about, taking your data from that very raw level. When I say raw, it's just going to be huge amount of data, millions and millions of rows, thousands and thousands of rows. A human eye just looking at that information cannot interpret or understand that information. So you'll be converting that into some visual format. And then you're sharing that with your users, and they'll be able to go and take those informed decisions. Okay. Let's see how that goes. Yes. Yeah. So let me go ahead and break down these different sections. We'll learn about them, and then we'll jump into the tool itself and then see, what we can do with that. And just bear with me on this one. Let me go ahead and explain this. This is the last slide, and then we'll just talk about the tool itself, and we'll just connect to a data set. We'll understand what is to be done, and then we'll move forward. Okay, good. So I'm going to segregate this into multiple sections. Have a look. I'm going to go do this. This is our first section. Then there is this section. And then I'm just going to go draw this line here, vertical line, and one more where we can go ahead and segregate all of this. Okay. So these are the different phases that the data flows in, flows out, and we will be able to go ahead and do a lot of things with that information that is coming in. So let's understand what each of these phases are set up and why are they coming into play. And this is what is very, very important. Okay. All right. So we have, let's say, for example, data sources. So like I said, an organization can use n number of data sets, n number of data sources. That's how it is. So we will be able to go and, kind of connect to a variety of different data sources. Okay. Let's assume some of the businesses that we have, and some of them are famous today. Okay. I'm just going to list something in India. Maybe that's the same thing in your country as well, but I'm just going to do that. Okay. Let's start with Amazon. Amazon is one of the businesses, very common, very much available in every single country almost. So that's what we have. Okay. And then we have a lot of other tools like let's say, or applications like Uber, Ola. We have a lot of other food apps here in India, Swiggy, Zomato. We have other food delivery apps, or maybe e-commerce, a fast e-commerce app like Blinkit, Zepto, something like that. These are all going to be data generating machines. Now, do you think Uber and Ola, as well as Amazon, are using the same technology, the same database maybe behind the scenes to go and store the data? No, it's not going to do that. But it will go and follow some other data sources, some other things, and they will just go and store the data in that kind of a format. Okay, I'm just kind of giving you that idea. So every business can have a number of data sources. They can use different data sources for different purposes. You may want to go bring the data, collate that information from a lot of different data sources. Okay, that's the first thing. So you have to identify your data sources. It can be a homogeneous data source, which means one data source and it all has everything inside it, or it can be a heterogeneous data sources because you may be wanting to connect to a lot of different data sources, right? So let's say someone just does everything and you prepare a report, you come up with a report, it's all done and dusted, and then your manager is introducing a new file called as managers information, and you want to map those managers to whatever you have done in your report. That can be one of the examples that I can give you. So you connected to some other data sets. Now he's giving you an Excel file to go and map all of that information together. You can do all of that in Power BI. Okay, we'll understand how that works, and this is what we will be doing most of the time in Power BI. There's a question here. Is it like Informatica tool? Informatica is a pure ETL tool. Okay. For Informatica, we're just talking about this section, and you can do an extensive ETL there, right? You can take, a file, you can just transform it, you can just move it to some other place. You can take multiple files, do the same thing with that. You can iterate through a folder and files, list of files, and you can take it one by one and load the data into the database. You can append the data, keep on appending the data. All of that can be done, right? Now, that is a pure ETL tool. Now, in this particular tool, we have some parts of ETL that we can do. I'm not talking about a complete ETL tool here. This is going to be a data visualization tool. Okay, we're talking about visualization. We have further, things going on in this particular tool. So ETL jobs stop here. The data is loaded into data warehouse. The ETL's job is all done. That's it. It's over. But for visualization tool, the job starts after the data is loaded into the data warehouse. So we'll be pulling that data, we will be going ahead and visualizing that information, and then we'll be sharing that with our users. So it's a again, a different tool altogether, but it uses some part of that ETL concept for that particular case. Okay. Yeah. Very good. Now let's come back to this section. What is this? After you have identified your data sources, yes, what we will be doing is we will be taking it through a process called as ETL. Okay. ETL stands for extract, transform, and load. So you're going to extract the data, you're going to do some transformation on top of it, and you'll be loading the data to someplace else. Okay. Now look at this. This is all simple. Extraction is pretty simple. What is extraction? You are getting the data, you are connecting to the data, you are extracting the data, you are pulling that information. That's all you're doing from the extract process here, right? And then you're loading the data. Loading the data can happen into some databases, data warehouse, or if you remember, we talked about the compressed versions of the file loaded into the RAM, random access memory, and so on and so forth. It can be anything of that sort. So you are extracting the data, you're pulling the data, and you're pushing the data to someplace else, or maybe the memory, and you're just going to consume it later point in time. So these are simple things, push and pull of information. That's it. That's what is going on. Very good. Let's talk about the transformation technique here. Okay. This is where we'll be focusing more in our, Power BI course. We will be working extensively with transformation. I'll reserve 3 to 4 sessions on this. That's going to be more of like, 6 hours of entire transformation. So we will be working on a lot of different transformations. That's what is going to happen here. And this is the way you go and work in. Whenever you work with data, ETL is going to be unavoidable, inevitable. Okay. So the data source or the data has to go through this ETL process, and that's how things are going to work. Okay. Good. So this is what I want you to know. Just keep that in mind, and we'll just talk more about this information later. But let me give you a simple example of this ETL process. Okay. So let me just do something here. And what I'm going to do is let's just go say, I'm going to draw something. Let's just draw something and understand how this works. Let's say there is this, there is a column called as a gender column. Okay. We will just go with a gender column. All right. Now in the gender column, just give me 1 second. Let me see if this is, yeah. In the gender column, what you have is you have something like, zeros and ones coming in, just zeros and ones, all zeros and ones. Okay, that's what you have. And there are a lot of zeros, a lot of ones. This is what is going on. And we'll have a lot of zeros and zeros, ones. It can be a population data. You're just bringing some population data and it has all zeros and all ones. Okay, that's what we have. Now you take this to the visualization phase. And what you do is you go and create a visualization. So let's say you come up with a visualization. You say, hey, this is 0, this is 1, and this is the count of 0, and this is the count for 1. Let's say, for example. And then you take this information to your users. All right. You're going to take that information to your users. Now, what is the first question this person is going to ask? Anyone? What is the first question that this user is going to ask you? Anyone, any idea? They're going to come back and ask, hey, what is 0 and what is 1? Yes or no? They're going to ask this question. What is 0 and what is 1? Give me the clarity about zeros and ones. They may be knowing the answer, but you have to go and give that answer. So what you have to do is you'll have to go and kind of come up with that information. You have to say, okay, 0 is male, 1 is female, and all of that. And then you can go and kind of modify this. This is male and this is female, so on and so forth. And that will make your user kind of understand this information. You're getting my point? This is what I want you to understand. So what is going on here? You have a column that is coming in, and this column that you have here is not giving you the meaning. So what you're doing is you're transforming the data, you're deriving some other information. That's kind of a transformation that you're doing. You can replace this value with male and female, or you can derive a new column saying this is male, this is female. You can just go and do all of that, and the chart can be created based on that. And then you can share that information with your user, right? You can do all of that. So that's the whole point of transformation here, because you know you're going to do a lot of transformation. The data is never going to be clean. We'll understand that part as we progress. So even a simple data set that I'll show you, I'll connect it to today. You will see that it's not going to be super simple, super easy, and you have to go through some transformation techniques for sure. Okay. So remember this, we'll work on this transformation techniques a lot. So we'll get to that in a while, but that's what you do in a transformation step. Transformation is anything like inserting a record, deleting a record, or deleting an entire column, and then updating certain values. It can be anything: insert, update, delete. And any transformation, you want to pivot some information, you want to go and do some matrix kind of an information, you want to group by some data and then get to a summary. All of that is going to be a transformation. So any changes that you apply on the data that is coming in, so any changes that you do, even a simple change in the column name, is a transformation, and then you go and load the data. Okay. So that's how you want to look at a transformation. Transformation is anything and everything that goes on before you load the data into Power BI. Any steps, any changes that you're doing with the data is called as transformation. So we will reserve some time to go and look at all of this information. So that's how we'll work on this environment. Yes. Good. Any questions so far? Anyone? Let me know. Any questions? Okay. If not, let's see. Just gonna go move on. Why is data warehouse in the picture here? Okay, sometimes what we do is we usually go ahead and take the data and store it into a place called as data warehouse. Now, data warehouse is going to be a very big database. I'm just going to simplify this definition. Data warehouse is something different, but data warehouse is going to have huge amount of data. Okay, it will have all the historical data set. Let's say Amazon started in 1996. They're going to pull all the information they have in some format or one or the other format, and then they are going to push all of that into a place called as data warehouse. So a data warehouse will have all the historical snapshot of your data plus anything coming in the future. I mean, let's say I'm setting up a data warehouse for Amazon today. It's not going to be the end of business. Yes, they will still continue to do the businesses, and every transaction that they go and kind of again create, that will also be pushed into the data warehouse. So I'm talking about all the historical data plus anything that is going to be a transformation, or sorry, transactional data that is happening in the real time today. So that will also be pushed into a data warehouse. So we will have a lot of information, and this is how you want to go and look at this. Okay, data warehouse is in the picture here because you will be connecting to a data warehouse. You will be leveraging the information from this data warehouse. It can be a database, it can be a file, anything of that sort, but you'll be connecting and going through this visualization phase from here. And most of the organization today use data warehouses. That's not the only reason. What I have here is there are different concepts in a data warehouse kind of perspective, or maybe a data modeling perspective. Someone talked about ETL, someone talked about ETL tool. Do you know what's a dimension? Do you know what's a measure? Have you ever built a data model? Let's just say a data model. Yes. So these are all the concepts that we will go and learn. These are some definitions that I want to go and give you an idea on. I want you to understand what is data modeling. Okay. All of this comes from a data warehouse, from a database perspective. We want to learn all of that because that again becomes a foundation before you can work with your visualization side of things. Okay. So you have to set this up. You have to understand all of these concepts. And that's the reason I'm just have the data warehouse in the place here. But otherwise, it's nothing different. It's just a database, let's assume, where you store the data and go from there. Okay. That's how I want you to look at it. So there are going to be a lot of concepts. I'll go and introduce you to these concepts when we go through the, um, duration and the course and all of that. And we will do this when the time is right. That's what I would say. I don't want to push everything to you right away in the very beginning. And then we don't want to do all of that. Okay. We'll take it slowly. And that's how things work. Good. Fine. Then comes the visualization. And remember, visualization is pretty easy, pretty simple. You'll go and work on this and you should be done within no time. Okay. Let's just do that. Okay, I'm gonna go take some questions here. SAP and ERP में भी Power BI use हो सकता है or see, yes, SAP or ERP, these are all some tools that generate some information. Let's say these are all some front end application. They do have some back end databases. They go and push the data there. The data gets connected that way. Okay, let's say you have this instead of this data source, it's going to be your ERP application here. Okay, and then you go and store that data into a data warehouse or database, and from there we can leverage that data and use that data. So that's how I want you to look at it. So it's going to be a system that feeds in the information to your databases, and then you start working on that data to go and get those insights, right? That's how we want to do it, and this is what we have right now. Okay, so that's how you want to look at it. It's just a way you go and get the data. The data is getting stored in databases. We want to connect to that database and then visualize the data. That's it. You'll understand it better as we progress. What are we trying to do? And that's how you want to look at it. Okay. Good. SQL is mandatory for Power BI as a developer. SQL is not mandatory for you. You can learn Power BI independently, individually. It's a separate tool. You don't have to have those dependencies or those knowledge prior to learning or working with Power BI. Okay. But having said all of that, imagine a kind of organization which does not use a database? Do you think Amazon can go and maintain millions and millions of files because they have so many different transactions there? It's not practically possible to store all that information in a file and then use it, correct? Data warehouse or databases is where you will have that kind of a setup. So an organization will definitely use a database, and hence when you get into this organization and when you get into a project, you need to have an idea on SQL. And you don't have to be an database administrator. Okay, you just have to learn how to query the database. There is something called as a select query. Okay, select clause. If you can just master that part of it, that's more than enough. If you don't have to create a table, you don't have to drop a table, you don't have to update, delete, and insert into the tables. You are just going to query the databases to extract the data. You go and feed it into Power BI, or you may want to go and query the database just because you want to validate something. Okay, let's say in Power BI you have a number coming up, 10 million, something like that, and you want to validate whether that number is matching with your database or not. If that's the case, what you have to do is you will have to go and, I would say, learn SQL, and you have to write a select query to understand, filter, narrow down, and then get to that information. So you have to do that for sure. Okay. So there is no escaping it. That's what I would say. Eventually, you'll have to go and learn it. So just put in some practice and understand what's going on. It's something that you cannot really kind of work without. Every organization today is using some sort of an SQL database. It can be Oracle, MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server, blah, blah, blah. There are no SQL databases as well. Some use that. We don't use that for Power BI and all of that, but most of the organization is going to do that. So it is going to be important for you to learn eventually, but not really required right away. Okay. Data warehousing में कौन से databases use होते हैं? See, database and data warehouses are different. You can use Oracle to build a data warehouse. It doesn't matter. It's all about the table structure, setup, and connections, in the sense the relationship building between the tables. That's what is a data warehouse. You can use any database for that. Okay, Oracle, SQL, MySQL Server, anything goes. If you want to be a Power BI developer only, this tool is enough, or any other skills mandatory. See, you cannot just have Power BI alone and be able to go and take your career further. Okay, it's not going to work that way. Simple and I straightforward, and I want to be really clear on these aspects. Okay, so just Power BI is not going to help. I know that Power BI is one of the simplest tools. You can go and learn all of that, but that's not going to be the only thing that you will go and learn and be able to survive in this job industry. Yeah. Today we are talking about AI. Tomorrow this job is going to be eaten up by AI. I'm just kind of giving you that because if you go and do something with Copilot, and if you have an integration with data in Copilot or ChatGPT can give you a visualization out by putting those information together. Okay, and some robot can also control that instruction tomorrow, and this is not something that a developer needs to do. So Power BI alone is not going to help you. That's one. Second, the tools that you want to learn is with Power BI, along with Power BI, just know a bit of an SQL. Like I said, you just want to go and have the select query alone mastered. That's more than enough. That will help you to query the database, extract the information from the database, right? So you want to retrieve the information from database. Those are all going to help you to validate and then go with that. That's one. And also you can feed in that select query to your Power BI tool to go and do all of those things. So that's how I want you to look at it. So Power BI plus SQL plus a little bit of an Excel knowledge, Excel formulas, if you know VLOOKUP, if you know some simple functions here and there, more than enough. So I would say three tools: Power BI, SQL, and Excel. If you even know Power BI and Excel, you're already mastering this Power BI tool halfway through. But you need to have that SQL knowledge because, like I said, most of the um, organizations today is just going to be using SQL based databases. Okay. We'll see how that AI is going to be used here. There are some visualizations that does run on AI. I'll show you that in Power BI. Okay. That is going to be very interesting. We'll see how that works. Good. Now let's talk about visualization. Now, whenever we start off with this particular tool, please don't jump into the visualization phase right away. Okay. This is not something that we will do in our course as well. I'm not going to go through that. Okay. We'll have visualizations reserved for, I would say, 10 or 12th session. Okay. After 12 sessions, we'll go and talk about visualization. What is more important before that? You have to know where the data lies. You have to know the ETL stuff. You have to go through all of this. And then you have to load the data, work on those different data modeling concepts. Have you heard of this concept called as DAX? There is something called as DAX. Yeah. We'll have to go and work on that as well. So there is a lot more to do before you can really go and jump into the visualization phase. Okay. Now, what happened when you created a chart like this? We created a chart from out of the gender column. We created, hey, this is your zeros count, this is your one count, and you gave this to your user. What happened there? When you go and start with visualizations right away, your users are going to come back. They'll say, hey, we are not really understanding these concepts, or these details are not really clear to us. Give or add more meaning to this data set, right? That's what we want to go and do. So you can't just like that jump into the visualization phase. Then you'll have to come back to your transformation phase. You have to transform the data. You'll have to call this as male. You want to call this as female, and then go and share that information to your user. So it's always going to be a back and forth, which is not good. So you have to go and take this in certain fashion. So don't jump right away into the visualization phase. Where is visualization in this picture? Visualization is the last thing that you want to worry about in your entire process. Okay. Just before you share the reports with your user, you want to go and just get started with visualization that way, right? This is how I want you to look at it. Very important. Please don't jump right into the visualization. You don't want to watch a movie from the you know climax onwards, right? So that's the way I want you to look at it. Visualization is the simplest and the easiest thing. So if you have your data right, if you have all your transformations right, if you have the data loaded and you have done the data modeling, the DAX and everything done, the visualization is a piece of cake for you. It's a very simple thing. You don't have to stress too much. You don't have to work on that too much. And that's why I said anyone can get started with Power BI, self-service BI tool. Yes. So anyone can get started with Power BI, and that's how this is all going to be. Okay. So we'll see how this goes. And this is what I want you to go and understand. All right, good. And then it's also easy to go and share and collaborate with our users. We'll see how to do that in our last few sessions. Last 3 to 4 sessions are going to be on publishing the databases and data sources, and then the visualizations or reports. And we'll see how to work on those different aspects. Okay, that's what is coming up. That's what we will do. All right, good. I'm just going to keep a check on time. Okay, it's already too late here. I'm just going to take these questions and we'll wrap up. I'll hand over this to my team. Just give me 1 minute, guys. Company asking for Power App, Power Automate, so we can still get job based on Power BI and SQL nowadays. Please clarify. See, there are different requirements for different organizations. They want to integrate different things together. Yes, Power Apps and Power Automate come into play, and you can integrate that with, Power BI. That's all fine. It's just one or two organizations looking for all of that. Not every organization trying to do this. It's a good thing if you can learn Power Apps and Power Automate. You don't have to spend ton of money or too much of time here. So you can get some simple videos and other things on YouTube, or you try Udemy, that has some simple courses. That is going to give you this in a cheap fashion. You'll have a basic knowledge of what to do. That's more than enough for you. I don't think you need an extensive knowledge on these things. Yeah, it depends on organization to organization. A lot of companies today, a lot of job descriptions today talk about Python and R being one of the important things that you have to learn. So already we are learning Power BI for freshers, for non-IT people. SQL is going to be kind of monstrous task to go and achieve. And we have Excel there. So all of these three tools are somewhat for anyone beginning or starting or a fresher, it's going to be difficult. And on top of it, if you want to go and learn Python and R, that's going to be even too much for you. But those knowledge, if you have something on that, it's going to be very useful. That's how I would like to go and see this. Okay. So yes, based on that organization's perspective, you'll have to go and learn all of that. But otherwise, it's not going to be that much important. Yeah. It depends on organization to organization. If you can just skip that and avoid that particular job interview and then look for something else. Yes, there are jobs for just Power BI, SQL, and Excel. That should be good enough and more than enough. Data we are getting in Power BI, we need to transform those through Excel or SQL. What formats we will use is simpler. See, we do this transformation in Power BI. You're not going to do or go back to the source and do all of that. Okay. You load the data, like I said, the raw data. We'll go and load the raw data, and then we'll talk about transforming the data, so on and so forth. I'll start off with that tomorrow. So yes, maybe in the next session, I'll just let the team decide and kind of give you that update. So in the next session, we'll go and talk about how to load the data, how to transform the data. It's going to be something that we'll start off with. You'll understand it. So the tool, the Power BI tool, will give you the capabilities of transforming or doing a lot of things in the data set, and we'll slowly take the data forward. Okay, so it's not about you start off with this particular step, you go back to transformation. If it is not working, you'll do that transformation here and then take it forward. No, you don't have to go to the source at all. We will just do things in Power BI. We'll see how that works, and that's how we will do it. Tell us about real-time project. You're talking just little bit idea. See, the real-time project works in a different way, and you'll have some capstone project coming your way. So once you have learned this entire course, we will have some capstone project that's going to be based on the real-time scenario. Okay, it will have a requirements document. You'll be given those requirements, and then you have to go and kind of come up with some templates or some sort of report. And then there is going to be a lot of discussions happening. Okay, it's always a back and forth environment. You're not going to go get a clear cut requirement. You'll not be building the final product. It's again going to have a lot of changes. So people will review it, people will give you the comments. You'll start working on that particular comments, you'll fix all those issues or build something new that is required. And then you just go and present it again. They'll add more requirements. So it is a back and forth process. That's how things go on. And it just goes on and on. So there is no straightforward, and I would say a simple answer here. So it's always a back and forth process. You have to build something, get it to your client, review it, and then they'll have some comments, they'll have some additions to do, some new requirements coming in, some new reports coming in. You'll have to work on different things, and that's how things work. It's not going to be complicated, it's not going to be stressful. Okay, it's a very simple and a very simple tool. It's going to be best for ladies, I would say, and you can have a peace of mind. Okay, it's not going to be stressful at all. That's what I would say. I have a data warehouse background. I've worked on tools like Informatica, I've worked on tools like SSIS, and it is a hectic process. It is a high paying job, but it is a hectic process. If you get into the data visualization world, what happens is it's a simple and the easiest way to go and get things out. You will have peace of mind. You'll have a lot of time for your family and friends, and even the office culture is going to be all balanced. So it's kind of we'll have a good, nice work life balance. That's what I would say. Um, but otherwise, it's a like I said, the project wise, it's all going to be back and forth. You'll build something, you'll review it, you'll make changes. You'll build something, you'll review it, make changes. That's how things goes on. All right, good. So I think I've taken up all the questions. We'll continue further from here. This is our first session. We'll take it forward. I know there are a lot of questions. I was just kind of answering all of that question, and just keeping an eye on the time. I'll just want to give back this control to my team so that they can give you the final offers, and then we'll continue forward with the next few sessions. You will receive the invite to the next few sessions. The few sessions that we go with is all free, and then we'll see how that can be taken forward. Yeah. Karthik, if you're there, over to you, and we'll just do this last few things from your side. Just let me know. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks everyone. I'll just pass it over to my team here. Are you teaching SQL too? SQL is going to be part of this course as an add-on. We have some recorded sessions. I'll be running this Power BI course, and parallelly you'll be learning Oracle SQL. So you'll go through those videos. Those are all some add-ons that we give with this particular course. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Karthik, you're there. Just let me know. You can take over.
Yes, Ambarishan, I can take over from here.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Hi everyone, this is Karthik again. So I hope you have cleared all your doubts in the session. So if you still have any technical questions, you can unmute yourself and you can ask, or else you can post in the chat box as well. The chat is also open for everyone, so you can go ahead. So let me just like help you with this discount part and the job assistance part. Then like we can forward for the next things as well. Okay, so as I said you, there is some special offer available today. So actually the course price is 14,999. This is our course price. Okay, so today like we are offering a 10% discount for you. Today we are offering a 10% discount. So whoever joining the class today, or whoever joining the course today, you people will be getting the discount today. Okay, only you people will be getting discount only today. So from, if you ask me tomorrow, tomorrow the price will be just 14,999 rupees again. I hope the people who are already enrolled here, so everyone got the discount for these sessions. Okay, so this is today's the last day to get this 10% discount. Okay, so to get today's session, to get a discount on this, you can just contact us on this number 8105296858. So this is our calling and WhatsApp number as well. We will be available from morning 8 a.m. to night 11 p.m. We will be available for the registration process as well. So the discount price will be 13,499. This will be your price. Okay, and this price will be available for only today. Only today. So hope people understand about the discount and everything. If you have any questions on this, you can unmute yourself and you can ask us. We have already discussed about the timings and like whatever these free course that we are offering about the SQL and everything. Okay, so hope you got the information about all these things. So just let me know if you have any questions on this so that I can help you with that. Someone posted here about SQL, right? Yes, SQL, you are going to get recorded sessions here. Okay, so there is a complimentary training SQL will be there. So this SQL, you will be getting a 15 hours of free sessions, 10 videos, 15 hours of free session you are going to get. You can complete this within 2 to 3 days. Once after your enrollment, you can get both the courses, both Power BI and the complimentary training Oracle SQL as well. Okay, you can access and you can complete it within 2 to 3 days. So still any questions from anyone? Yeah, now let me help you about the job assistance. So here we are going to help you with the job assistance as well. That means once after completion of your training, okay, you will be getting the resume, interview questions, and where the opportunities are available right now, how to apply for them, how to clear the interview on each and every step, like you can expect the guidance from us, even how to answer a tell me about yourself question. From there, we are going to help you. No need to worry about that. And to apply for the jobs, there are for you people there will be many doubts. So whoever switching from non-IT to IT, so is this Power BI job is suitable for me or not? Okay, so there will be many questions like this, right? So to just like help you here, if you just visit the Naukari page, Naukari, Monster, or LinkedIn, or any job platform, okay, job openings platform, you can find out many jobs. So you'll be getting a doubt while visiting these responsibilities, while seeing this skill set and everything, right? So to make you more comfortable while applying the jobs, we are going to shortlist the jobs for you. We are going to find out the jobs from all these platforms and post in our platform. As I said you, so this is our job listings page. It is still in developing state, so we haven't added to our website directly. So I'm just like showing you like how the page will be. Okay, so this is the page. So where you can get the complete opportunities on Power BI. So we will be shortlisting the opportunities for freshers, for experienced candidates, for the career gap people, for everyone. You can just come to this page. You can see here there are many jobs posted on different technologies, on GenAI, on AWS and DevOps, Azure Data Engineering. Okay, so Python full stack, on like whatever the courses we are offering on all these courses, we are going to work out in the same way, and we are going to help the students in applying jobs. Okay, so for you as well, you can just go to here. This is the filter for everyone. You can just click on this. You can just click on this. You can find out all the courses, whatever the courses we are offering now. All these courses you can see. So as you're joining to Power BI course, you can just click on Power BI. You can just click on Power BI. So we have just added only one now, but like we will be adding for everyone, for every category people, for freshers, for experienced candidates, like from 1 year experience to 10 years experience. Like how many years you want to showcase your relevant experience, you can just like visit that particular job and you can apply for it. If you can just open this, If you can just open this, you can see this job is posted by Infosys, and this is a full-time job. Location is Bangalore, and the experience required is 3 to 5 years. Okay, so any like graduation is fine for this. You can see any bachelor degree is fine. Okay, so these are the responsibilities. These are the additional responsibilities. This is the skill set required. Okay, and so this is the location, Bangalore. Okay, this is how you can find out all the jobs. And to apply for this, you can just like fill this form, giving your name, mail ID, mobile number, and uploading your CV here. Uploading your CV here. Okay, so and clicking on submit button, you can apply for this particular job. This is how like you can directly visit our website and you can apply for it. This is how like we are going to help you. And the complete internship is also online only. We don't have any offline classes or offline internship programs. This is completely online. Okay, so you can just contact us on this number. You can just contact us on this number 810-529-6858 for all the information. Okay, for all the information you can just contact us on this number. Still anyone having any doubts? Still anyone having any doubts on job assistance, on the fee structure, on the schedule, okay, so on the course curriculum? If you have any doubts, please unmute yourself. You can ask your questions. Otherwise, you can just post in the chat box as well. Anything is fine. And the people who ever not given your name and WhatsApp number, you can drop me now. Okay, so whoever posted your name and WhatsApp numbers, we will be adding you to the WhatsApp group as well, and you will get the today's session recording and the material as well. Both you will get it. Yeah, Aisha, see, any degree is fine, okay? Any degree is fine. No need to worry about that. Okay, so even if you have completed the BSc, BCom, BJC, anything is fine. You can see, you asked me for the BSc, right? You can see BSc here. Okay, in a job like whatever we uploaded here, they clearly mentioned about the BSc students also can apply for this. Okay, no need to worry about that. Any degree graduates can apply for these job opportunities. Okay, no need to worry about that. Still any questions from anyone? Yes, Anika, I hope like Ambarishan already shown you the classes like where we are uploading here. If you can just visit any YouTube channel, just go to just go to YouTube and just go to Raj Informatica real time hands-on job based training. This is our YouTube channel. Just go here and search for Power BI and search for Power BI. You will find out all our Power BI classes here. Okay, you can find out all our Power BI classes here. Session number 1, session number 2. Okay, so this is from batch 5, this is from batch 8, this is from batch 6. Okay, you can find out many videos here in this playlist. Okay, you can find out many videos here if you just search for Power BI. Just visit our channel. I'll share you the channel link. Okay, so you can just check out all these videos and you can plan for your enrollment as well. Okay, and the people who are planning your enrollment today, you are going to get this 10% discount. So the actual course price is 14,999. Okay, the people who are paying today, you are going to get this course for only 13,499 only. 13,499 only. Yeah, Joshna, like for you people, like whoever is applying from a different countries, as I said you in the initial of the class itself, there are many people who joined from USA, UK, Canada, and like Netherlands as well. Okay, so for you people, like we will be helping with the resume. Okay, and like whatever the assistance you require, especially like whatever the things that to be take care of, like when preparing your resume, all these things will help you. Okay, so you can find out like your job portals nearby, like whatever the job portals that you have in your locality, so you can apply for that. No need to worry about that. If you need further guidance, you can just contact me here on this number 810-529-6858. We will be assisting you personally. No need to worry about that. Still any questions, please? Still any questions? Yeah, if you have missed to share your name and WhatsApp number, the chat is still open. You can share your name and WhatsApp number here so that you can get today's session recording and material as well. Yeah, the schedule, it will be posted in the WhatsApp group. Like we have already created the WhatsApp group, right? So in this WhatsApp group, like we are going to post the schedule. Don't worry about it, because the people need to complete the SQL classes, right? So whoever joined recently, so you need to complete your SQL classes to start Power BI. So like we are providing the Power BI classes as well for everyone. So the people who enrolled in the last week and this week in the starting like Sunday and Monday, these people have already completed their Oracle SQL classes. Okay, so still whoever left, so the update will be taken by my team today, and we'll be posting the schedule today night, or tomorrow morning we'll get the schedule as well. We have two batches going on, morning and evening. The morning batch timings are 8 a.m. IST to 8 a.m. IST to 9:30 a.m. IST, and the night batch is 9:30 p.m. IST to 11 p.m. IST. Still any questions, please? Each and every class we are going to record. Each and every class we are going to provide the recording as well. You can access these recordings for lifetime. I hope like we have answered all your questions. Thanks for joining the session. Thank you so much. To get today's session recording, please subscribe to our channel. We are going to upload today's session recording here in this YouTube channel, Raj Informatica Real-Time Hands-on Job-Based Training. Just go to YouTube and search for Raj Informatica or Raj Cloud Technologies. You can find this channel. We have 36.1K subscribers and 492 plus videos are uploaded here. You can just subscribe to this channel so that like whenever we upload any video, you'll get the notification as well. Yes, correct. Yeah, the initially you need to complete SQL classes. So see, this is Thursday today, right? So if you enroll today, you can get time this weekend. This Saturday and Sunday, you can complete the classes. You can just take 2 to 3 days of time max. Okay, and you can complete the classes. No need to worry about that. Yeah. Thank you all for joining session today. So by tomorrow morning, you can see the video here in this YouTube channel. Otherwise, you can just drop me your name and WhatsApp number. I'll share you personally also. Okay. Thank you all for joining session today. Have a great day. Thank you.